Rootz of Chicago podcast right here live at the Marquee show with one of my favorite DJs. I can't even get his name. I want him to describe himself because the Hot Mix 5, he was my guy.
Tyree Cooper, you're my guy, buddy. Still my guy. We had some fun. We just recently played together a couple of times.
Yeah.
So.
Scott Smoking Seals, y'all. Scott Smoking Seals.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
So, what brings you here to the Marquee show?
Well, I know KC for a long time, and I've come to this show and tried to support it over the course of the years.
Okay.
But, it's nice to run into some people I know. One of my good friends, Naughty Boy Nardi, is here.
Yeah, Nardi.
And, I saw one of my buddies from Total Productions, Dan, and a few others. So, Howard Wallach. There's lots of guys that have been in this industry just like me forever. Met some new people today, like Chris. Nice to meet you. Just having some fun. Like to go see what's going on at the shows and, get a couple demos from new sound systems or some of the lighting and things of that nature. Always fun to get new toys.
Right? I want to ask you, what's if you could sum it up in a ball, the difference between the early days of like back in the day, I want to give a specific year. The difference between back then and today, what would be the noticeable differences?
Well, there was much more going back in the day, I think. The clubs were fun. It was social. It was people watching in the club. You didn't have to be standing out there and dancing and clapping your hands to the song you're playing because typically the booths are out of the way. So, a totally different vibe in the club to begin with. You watch the dancers. It was all about getting people to dance and have fun. And the music was fun, the music was upbeat. The parties were off the chain back then. Right? No phones, and nobody could see what you were doing in the club. We saw it, and we were entertained by it.
Right.
It didn't, what happened in the club stayed in the club. It didn't leave. So that was kind of cool, I think.
No, I think that was very cool because it made me as a dancer at that time concentrate on what the music that was being played. Or what is the song? Me, if I can ask the DJ what record is this, or and I have to look and see if his record was blacked out.
Yeah, train spotting back then. That wasn't a thing. You just went up to the DJ and talked to him. You got to know the DJs because we didn't come in to do 1 hour or 2 hour set. That's kind of also changed the whole vibe of a nightclub or a festival or anything of that nature. Pretty easy to go in and play for an hour. We used to play like 9 hours a night on a Saturday night.
Exactly.
So you didn't want to play repeats. You wanted to play one song. So you saved certain music for the peak hours and what was hot. You were going to save to really drive everybody nuts during the course of the night. But we played a lot more variety. Played a lot of long 15-minute records too early in the evening when things were just getting going because let's not kid ourselves. It's 9 hours night. You got to pace.
My last question: what do you think would have been your go-to record back then? Because I think I know which one it was, but
well, you probably know it better than I do because I don't think I had to go to record. But I'm sure you'll tell me.
Culture Club.
No.
When I heard you play that, I couldn't. First of all, it took me like 3-4 months
Miss Me
to
Fine
find
was a pretty cool song, okay? The dance version, the 12-inch version.
Which one?
Miss You Blind.
Miss You Blind, yeah.
That was pretty good. But then there was, what was the other one? I know there was one we got there was an import. I can't remember because it's been so long. That was okay, but
what about Walk the Night? I heard you play that for
Walk the Night I liked a lot. That was
a great
record on Castle. What's that?
They had a video of Walk the Night?
I think they did. It was rock group.
It was rock group, man.
Believe it or not, even in the urban radio, I worked for WBMX back then, which was where all the dance music was played, but we played a lot of rock records on that radio station. Everything from J-Gals to Hall & Oates to Golden Earring. I mean, we played some weird stuff because if it was hot, we played it.
Do you remember what the call letters was MX stood for?
The who?
The call letters.
Oh,
Meet MX.
The Black Music Experience.
Nah, with that said, we just said they played everything.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the day. Nowadays everybody's so genre specific. Oh, I like house music? No, I don't like house music. I gotta have tech house. No, I gotta have deep house. No, I gotta have soulful house. I gotta have disco house. It is so fragmented. Back then, if you walked in the bar, I don't care, white, black, Hispanic, if you had the latest Madonna record, everybody was going to dance to it because it was hot.
Yeah.
And people would go off on it. You know, I'm not saying it was their favorite song they heard in the first night, but they didn't walk away and stand there and look at you like this, like, what are you doing? Where nowadays, if you don't hit the exact genre that they want, like this, you know,
They walking off the
it's like this.
They walking off the full lead.
Yeah.
And my last question is, so being here and watching the people come and go, the young DJs and everything, does it feel like a sense of nostalgia in a sense? Not that we always Methuselah, but like, wow, we've seen it go from the first tone arm, the S curve table tone arm to digital.
Yeah, I mean, the technology advances are just absolutely incredible. And I love the technology, so I've always embraced it.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped on the computer DJing very early on.
Okay.
I was an early adapter in that situation. You know, I like to take advantage of technology.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's where we're going, and look where AI is going to take us. Who knows? It might put us all out of work. You don't know. I doubt it, because they still have to be able to read a dance floor. Until they can do that, it might be a little bit tough.
They have a hard time reading dance.
Yeah.
I mean, no, serious. Serious, bro. People have a hard time reading the dance.
It's so cool. You know, we had one turntable to choose from. We had the 1200, okay? That turntable stayed for 20 years, and we had to carry a crate of records, and 3 crates or 4 crates of records.
Remember those days?
And, you know, now I get too much music. It's, honestly, ask Joe. Joe has got a very cool app. So, Naughty Boy Nardy has this unbelievable app out. And can I talk about this, Joe? Or
No.
people even know about
I'm gonna bring
this?
him over so we can
He's
talk.
coming up. Well, you know what? Come on over here.
Yeah, okay, wait, stay right there.
Because
I'm gonna get rid of you for a second.
oh, you're gonna get rid of me.
Not rid of you, not like that.
Everybody's been trying to get rid of me for years.
My brother.
Buddy, thanks so much. But check this app out, because Joe has something that's very futuristic. I think you guys all would really like this. And we're talking about, I have way too much music. And Joe knows it, because I call him up and he had to change things in the program to accommodate me. And he did. That's the kind of guy he is. But now I need him because he needs to trim my library.
Okay.
I'm out at the show. I have almost 4 terabytes of music with me, which is insane. Insane on a drive this big, you know? 4 terabytes, not gigabytes, terabytes.
Yeah, I got a titanium stick, and
Yeah, it's out of control. Like I have more playlists than most people have records. So it's hard for me just to scroll through the playlists.
I gotta hear about this.
All right,
Give
turn
the-
this over
get
to
the
my man, Naughty Boy Nerdy.
yeah, I've done Naughty Boy for, oh man. So we go back.
this book?
No, Joe, I
Joe was just stuck in
since the 80s.
Before you leave from the hip hop.
Hip house, that's right. Wait, I'm trying to think, 88, 87, 88? No, I think I met you 87.
I started in.
Was it 87?
I started in '88, so maybe around. But I was working at the hip house. I was
Yeah, that's it.
15 years old at the hip house.
15?
Yeah.
Damn, Joe, don't you make me feel old?
And I was like 17.
So what year
Did you start, Joe?
88.
I started in 77.
Yeah.
I started in 83, 82, my last year high school.
Yeah, like I started was just, I mean, but hip hop was just starting, so it was like, well, hip hop 89.
You about ready? Okay, so again, DJ Tyreek Rootz, Chicago, brand new guest, another friend of mine, another compadre, comrade, however you want to say it. I've been knowing him since he was behind. I used to take his lunch money when he was in school. No, I'm joking.
We can do that now too.
Right.
Shake the change. Oh, no more change.
No more change, right? Get his credit card in his pocket. No, so I want to introduce good brother, brother Joe. Introduce yourself.
So, I guess, yeah, I'm Joe, Naughty Boy Nerdy. I'm from back in the day when people still had DJ nicknames.
So you've been in the game for a while, man. So when did you? Like we were just talking, I met you in '88 at Hip House. What made you get into the DJ game real quick?
That's naughty by nature. You're a DJ.
So I was literally in 7th grade. I went to like one of my brother's or sister's friends were having a graduation party.
Okay.
And I just was like mesmerized. There was this DJ playing music, and I was like, so that was like my first sort of thing. Like, seeing like, oh, this is, you know.
Shit. All right. That's what got you in. You just like,
And then
I think I'm gonna do that.
yeah, so it was like 7th grade, and then literally like that same DJ that was at that party, I became friends with him. Started going to his basement, practicing. So in 7th grade, 8th grade, I got my own equipment. Then fast forward to now we're 1993. 1996 is the mixer search.
Right.
I literally, I joined this not even thinking of, anything's gonna come out of it. They have like thousands of DJs submitting mixes and stuff. I remember I was like yesterday, I was driving to school, and they were saying the names, and I'm like, hearing my name, I'm like,
Naughty boy, that's me. No, so what brings you here to Marquee show?
so, I mean, I've been doing this for 38 years, but I still feel like, always just being around people and just hearing, hearing how other people are doing things. It's always, like, you never can stop learning, so.
No,
Yeah.
never.
So, literally, at night I'm on YouTube watching, like, what's the latest in AI, what's going
So
on.
have you been coming to the Marquee show every year, or this is like your first one?
This is the second time I've been.
So what do you think? I like it personally. I think it's
So far the seminars I've been to today have been amazing. Not even just so much about DJing, just about like just in life, just being like, trying to like manage life right now because the world's crazy right now.
So a little bit about our organization. We teach young kids, inner city youth, underprivileged kids, how to DJ and produce music. That's what our Rootz in Chicago organization.
University guys are in the city?
Yeah, in the city, in Chicago. We haven't got a home yet. We do go everywhere out. Teach kids. Last week we were at Brookfield's. Nope, I'm sorry, Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park Zoo. Sorry, Lincoln Park. We went to Lincoln Park Zoo, showcasing to the kids, and they seem very interested in DJing.
That's cool.
About me. They just they use the energy that. Oh my gosh, I can touch this kind of thing. So I'm not gonna hold you too much. So what did you think of the genre hip house?
The genre hip house? I mean,
I mean, you worked at hip house practice, though.
Honestly, to this day, I'm still playing hip house at parties. Like, I do a lot of old school parties. I'll try and do like my own like little remix of it, just to kind of bring it up to like the 2020s. But
So wait, you came in with a dance media at Hard House Day.
yeah. So I worked at the hip house, which was 80 and rock.
Right.
And then I started working when I was 15. And then the whole B96 thing, and then after that, I started working at Underground Construction UC, which they had SHR, After Hours, Shadow Series, and then Andy was like my mentor. I just feel like I've always been in like, I've always been close to like very important people throughout my whole career.
Hey, that's not a bad place to be at from time to time.
I mean, I look back a lot of time and just be like, man, like if this one day in my life didn't happen, like my life would be totally different.
Yeah, if you walk across the street when the light was green, it was supposed to be red, or it's red when it's supposed to be green. Yeah.
I was just talking about going back to this whole B96 thing. Literally the night I was supposed to be in the competition, I was terrified. I was like 17 years old. And my dad, he knew I was just being like, I kept telling him, like, oh, Dad, I'm sick. He's like, I'm going to drag you there. So, yeah, he took, and I told him, like, Dad, if you never pushed me to that, Dad, my life would be totally different.
Yeah, it'd been a whole different, you did. And you, last month, you was in hip house with my guy, Precise. Yeah, Precise, he was the DMC winner. when you work in the hip house,
I was there when originally started. Sneak, I was with there with Sneak. Sneak was, he was airbrushing in the window.
What's on your panel? This is Laura B. I don't know who she is.
No, there was probably. There was after, because then I was at the record label for that, because that's
Oh,
what
no,
all the
wait,
Hard
that's
House
where I'm
stuff is.
going.
okay, that's what the site.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Use the DMC channel. I thought y'all worked together. Again, the last question is: so are you going to pick up any gear while you're here?
So, actually, I was just looking. I've been planning like this little. It's kind of like. Not the controller, but the stand for the controller for the lights. And I saw it there, I'm like, oh, I really need that. So I think I'm going to pick that up. And just kind of walk through really quick. So I'm going to go through again and see. But I'm sure I'm going to.
So let's stick around for the DJ band?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Yes, sir. All right, we got to return the microphone to my little brother over there. And don't forget your keys right here.